security. This administration will succeed.
If you are not idle, nobody will probably come and encourage you to join their gang or the group.
Yes. To keep Nigeria one is a must that must be done. Nigeria is not going to break.
So if I want to buy this one now, how much you go sell this one?
I will give you 500.
Sure? This one?
Yes.
This small banana?
Yes.
I know that Buhari can do it.
He has a lot of plans. We should be praying for him. He's a human being. Anything can happen to anybody.
The authority of the law they pass belongs to them, to favor them, not the masses in Nigeria.
If we want to change, let's change generally. Don't let's change up. Let's change generally.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
It's another episode of your darling program, The People. I'm your host, Emmanuel Ajayi, where we go out on the street to sample the opinions of Nigerians on topical matters. This time around, we'll be talking concerning the security situation in the country at the moment and what solutions are Nigerians giving at this time. Well, let's go more on the streets to feel the pulse of Nigerians on this matter. See you more on the streets.
Well, there seems to be general insecurity around, but I think those concerned can still do something about it. The president is not the only one in the country. Other people who are supposed to take charge of security should also sit up and do what they're supposed to do. I don't think the president is a fault here. He has other people that have been saddled with the responsibility. So they should do their job and let's secure the country. He has given direction, I'm sure, about to the various people. They should also be proactive enough to do their own job. I think that will solve the problem.
I'm the president. We definitely have to go to that state and then summon the governor of the state and then know what is going around there, because what is going on there is this is political issue. It's political issue, and there is governor that is leading that the same Taraba and or other states. You understand? But they're supposed to summon those people before they summon the president.
All I think I can say about it is for the government to respond quickly to exactly what's going on and not to shy away from it. And they should not feel that or think that people does not know what's going on. People would know exactly what's going on, and right now social media is actually flooded with that issue. And the best I can advise them is to respond as soon as possible, because there's a lot of outcry now and nobody knows where it's going to lead to. But let me not really say what's going to happen about it. So that's the advice I have for the government. Thank you.
What's happening in the country now is beyond doubts. The killing in the country, government should do something about it. Particularly this Fulani S-men. It has now taken over the whole Benue state. Just of recent, they killed people at the native town of the government of the state. So government have to do something before the whole thing go around the whole country. So that's what I want to say.
Nobody can be comfortable with it.
So what's the solution?
Well, the solution lies, I believe that the solution mainly is God, but obviously as a man we have many things to do about it. As a government and people who are in the position of power, I believe there are policies to checkmate all of those things, you understand? So I think I will just need to step up to make sure we apply the right policy to it. That's just it. If we can follow the policy that is already in the book, I believe that will go a long way.
I think it's motivated by some underground influence. I think some people are involved. Maybe, I don't know, some people because it's sequential, you understand, and it's continuous. So it means it's premeditated. It means some people are involved and they have an agenda and they are trying to perpetuate that agenda in our country. That's what I think.
So how should this be nipping balls?
I think it should be investigated. You understand? Because it's sequential, it means that some people are behind, like I said, so they should find out who those people are what they want, and they should address them or bring them to book, whichever way it requires. You understand what I'm saying?
I think the government should become more involved with everything that's happening. I feel like they're not involved at all. I feel like their mind is somewhere else. They're doing what they want to do, and they're just nowhere. Priorities are displaced. So I feel like they should just become more involved and increase security and yeah.
Of course I'm not happy about the situation of the country. It's so saddening. I'm not just happy, and I pray God will intervene as soon as possible.
So what's your advice to the government?
That they should try all they could to make peace reign, and they should have a right mind to government as a ruling people. If you have people that have right mind, then things is going to be all right in the country.
It's like the situation in this country is getting out of hand. A lot of reported cases of killings here and there, just as you have mentioned. But one thing I believe is that if the government can really see to it and make sure, because these people are agitating for a particular thing. And that is what I don't know. But if the government can make a serious effort to really know why all these things are really happening and take a proactive measure to make sure that all their needs are met, and to also see that the killings get reduced to the barest minimum, because it's getting out of hand. Like the Boko Haram and all that, up till now, majority of us doesn't really know why they are really doing the killings, because it's senseless. It's senseless to me. So I think the whole something lies on the government, because we have little power. We cannot go and face them. It's only the government that can really do it. If they really want to do it, I believe they can do it.
Okay, based on the killings going on in Benue and Taraba, actually, I think what the step the Senate actually want to take is actually okay, because it's just getting much day by day, year by year, and people are dying. Those people, it's blood flowing in their blood, as in their body. They are like human beings like us, and we can't just be looking at this one to be going, all this killing to be going on. So it's good that the Senate and any other body ready to ensure that this thing stops, so that we have peace in our country.
Happy when things is not normal. I'm not happy.
So what's your advice to the government?
For them to do their work and make things work the way we want it.
I don't know anything about that.
Are you happy that people are dying in other states?
I'm not happy about that, but I don't know what to say about that. I will just all what I can say is our governor to find something to do about it. So that's all.
Lives are being shared, like I see were animals, were goats, so it's not funny at all. We just need quick response towards it.
The Senate has summoned the president. What do you make of it?
What do I do? What?
Make of the Senate inviting the president to give analysis on what has happened?
Mine is just, let them just find a way to fix it. Like, let the president also do something, because it keeps happening and then there's no solution to it. Like, it's always happening. It's everywhere. Even when I was traveling the last time, they attacked us on the way, the Fulani herdsmen, but it's just God. So, if the government can't do anything to it, I don't think our lives and properties are safe here in Nigeria.
The people, the people, the people, giving voice to the voiceless.
Welcome back on your darling program, The People. Nigerians are talking concerning the security situation in Nigeria at the moment, and it is expected that things will get better. Security agencies will work together in ensuring to nip in bud the insecurity challenges Nigeria is facing at the moment. Till I come your way again with another bumper package of your darling program, The People. I remain your indefatigable advocate for the people, Emmanuel Ajayi. God bless you and God bless Nigeria. Bye for now.
If you are not idle, nobody will probably come and encourage you to join their gang or the group.
Yes. To keep Nigeria one is a must that must be done. Nigeria is not going to break.
So if I want to buy this one now, how much you go sell this one?
I will fee give you 500.
Sure, this one?
Yes.
This small banana?
Yes.
I know that Buhari can do it. He has a lot of plans.
We should be praying for him. He's a human being. Anything can happen to anybody.
The majority of the law they pass belong to them, to favor them, not the masses in Nigeria.
If we want to change, let's change generally. Don't let's change up. Let's change generally.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
If you are not idle, nobody will probably come and encourage you to join their gang or the group.
Yes. To keep Nigeria one is a must that must be done. Nigeria is not going to break.
So if I want to buy this one now, how much you go sell this one?
I will fee give you 500.
Sure, this one?
Yes.
This small banana?
Yes.
I know that Buhari can do it. He has a lot of plans.
We should be praying for him. He's a human being. Anything can happen to anybody.
The majority of the law they pass belong to them, to favor them, not the masses in Nigeria.
If we want to change, let's change generally. Don't let's change up. Let's change generally.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
On this edition of the program, we'll be looking at the visit of the President of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, to the United States of America, meeting President Donald Trump. And in part 2 of the program, we'll be looking at the farmers' herdsmen crisis in Nigeria. It's another episode of your darling program, The People. I remain your host, Emmanuel Ajayi. Well, Nigerians indeed talking concerning issues in the polity. Well, let's go more on the street to feel the pulse of Nigerians on this matter. See you more on the street.
I believe the president is smart enough, or I want to believe that he's smart enough to know how diplomatic things go. Like when you go to another country, the kind of document you should sign, how that document, how the content of the document will affect your country. So I choose to believe that Buhari is smart enough, or President Buhari is smart enough to know the import of his visits to the US, to Nigeria, and also the document is signed, how it's going to affect Nigeria as a whole. I just want to believe that he understood it perfectly before signing. So,
what do you make of the commendation given to him by the US President in the anti-corruption war?
Well, corruption is not new here in our clime. It's been there for God knows how long. I just think President Buhari needs to be a little bit more ingenious in tackling that issue. It's eating deep into our here. It's eating deep into our system here in Nigeria. So you just have to come up with new ways. It can't be the same way, you know. He has to come up with more ingenious ways to deal with corruption, really.
Anything can happen else again. Wow. He's just trying to do just to make sure we'll vote for him in 2019. So he's just trying to show, how will I put it?
What they discussed about, 2 things I took away from the visit. One, he has been rated high on fighting corruption, which is very good, and I must commend him for that. Then secondly, is about the issue of insecurity. And if you can hear the President Trump talked about clearly about Christians being killed in Nigeria, and America is not going to sit down and watch. So it's a clear kind of let me tell you what it means to us is that now there's a hope in Nigeria. Buhari, for me, if I want to access him on corruption level, I will tell you that he has done very well. Not really very well, but at least for him taking up the bull by the horn to fight to the extent he has gotten to, he has tried. But then, at least, let's not forget that one of the major issues we're having is not just corruption, it's about insecurity. And the two of them should be, while fighting corruption, he should not fight corruption for dead bodies alone, but he should fight corruption for the living to learn from that mistake.
Once you join the president's party,
you are no longer corrupt. And once you are not a member of his party, you are corrupt. So that will be very difficult to agree with President Trump that corruption has really reduced. I believe in one thing: when President Buhari leaves and another government comes in, they will surely tell us how much his government have stolen. Yeah.
So you're not convinced with what Donald Trump said about anti-corruption war?
It's part of politics. I am not convinced at all. It's part of politics.
That's coming from the superpower.
He says a lot of things, both negative and positive. So that's President Trump for you. I'm not convinced until after President Buhari leaves as president, another person emerges as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Will surely give an account, just the same way it is also exposing previous governments. So same thing they are going to do when he leaves. So that is when we can actually say that this government is indeed fighting corruption.
There is saying there was no problem in the contrast, and the herdsmen, the Fulani herdsmen are not with rifles, that they are not with guns, that they are with cutlasses, which is wrong.
So I sincerely hope that he's been properly schooled on what it takes to manage a diverse country. And then we hope that in the shortest possible time we'll see some of the outcome. For instance, why should another president be calling the attention of a sitting president to the killings of the citizens in the country? Right? Should any other country have to draw attention that, look, killing of other religious people should be stopped? It's not necessary. A country who realizes that, a president who realizes he's the father of the nation, does not need any other person to tell him he needs to protect his citizens.
Trump was able to present all he needed from Nigeria with little, very minute of what Nigeria needs. Our president was able to present to Donald Trump in US. So it didn't balance at all. And again, he kept telling the world his inability, his ineptitude, that it is this one, the other one that is making him not to perform. Now I talk of Libya boys again to the world that they are the cause of killing in Nigeria. What is he doing? His first assignment to Nigeria as a country, as a citizen, is to protect our lives.
The people, the people, the people, giving voice to the voiceless.
When I travel home, I discovered that the herders, that's the Fulanis then, killed some, pursued so many people from the farm, which actually is what we are there to, that this is what helps us. But my people run away, they can't even go to farm anymore. For now, they are home. So I think an urgent measure has to be taken, particularly in Doma, local government of Nasarawa State. It's a serious problem now. People cannot go to farm.
The headsmen and what's been happening in places like Makurdi and Jalingo. I'm sorry to say this. I don't think the government has been doing a lot to eradicate it, because looking at the whole thing critically, this is not like an Islamic country, where such things happen. I mean, the Fulani headsmen should have ranches. They should have avenues whereby, it doesn't clash with whatever the farmers has to do. So basically, I think the government should step in, do what is expected to be done, you understand, concerning this issue. So I don't think much has been done about it by the government. So it's quite very disappointing for me.
The issue is this: the cattle herdsmen that we are taking, they are not the one. The cattle herdsmen, politicians are behind over the matter because of 2019 coming election. Some that they arrest, when it's checked very well, they are not herdsmen. Some they are foreigners, some they are not cattle herdsmen, some they are indigent, they are involved. If you think about it, find out how many people they arrest, how many cattle herdsmen they got them. The people that got, they are different people. Not the herdsmen, the cattle herdsmen, they are carrying, running up and down. They are not the one. They are different bodies. So I urge the Nigeria to accept patience for the man and we'll find life solution to the problem.
What I feel about the herdsmen and the killing of today is really not sincere. The government is not being fair with its citizen. I can remember back in the days, you can go to your farm, conveniently do whatever you want to do and come back. But these days, kidnappers will not allow you, which has affected our food security.